Have you ever wondered how different your life would be if you stopped giving so much importance to the small things that irritate you every day? Those hurtful comments, uncomfortable looks, or behaviors that drive you crazy. What if I told you that you could train your mind so that none of these things would bother you? It's not magic or a superpower. It's the strength of Stoic philosophy. Now imagine facing any challenge with calm, without losing control, and without letting anything or anyone throw you off balance. It sounds freeing, doesn't it? And here's the amazing part. This power is already within you. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to unlock it through 7 powerful methods. The last one is the most important because, in the end, the control of your life is in your hands. Only you can decide if something will ruin your day or if you will maintain your inner peace no matter what happens. Are you ready for this transformation? Before we start, if you believe this kind of content can improve your life, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Remember, one of these methods could be the key to the change you've been searching for. Method 1. Free yourself from the pursuit of perfection. Let's face the truth. We live in an era where perfectionism has almost become a new religion. If you haven't noticed it yet, just take a look at social media. Everyone seems to have perfect lives, homes that look like movie sets, and sculpted bodies like statues made of marble. But here's the reality. All of this is as much of an illusion as a fire-breathing dragon at a medieval festival. Now let's talk about our old friend, perfectionism. That brilliant idea that you need to be a superhero in every area of your life. Let me tell you, if you follow this logic, you'll end up feeling like an astronaut lost in space, isolated and exhausted. We're here, in reality, struggling with the demands of daily life. We wake up, face lines, swallow our pride, and sit through endless meetings. Instead of aiming for perfection, we should allow ourselves to be human. The first lesson: neither you, nor I, nor even that neighbor who seems to have the perfect life, is flawless. It's like trying to put together a 1,000-piece puzzle when one piece is always missing. Imagine the frustration of spending hours searching for a piece that never appears. It's absurd, right? Stoic philosophy teaches us that absolute control is an illusion. The idea that we can control every aspect of our lives may be tempting, but in reality, there are countless factors beyond our reach. Life is not a grand talent show where each act is rehearsed to perfection. Accepting this means stopping the fight against the tide. So, how do you free yourself from the tyranny of perfectionism without abandoning your standards? Start by changing your mindset. Instead of striving for perfection, aim for good enough. If your presentation is clear, your meal is tasty, and your home is ready for friends, that's already a victory. If you focus on every detail, you'll waste energy on something that, at best, will bring you only temporary satisfaction, like a balloon that bursts. An effective strategy is to act as if nothing bothers you, not in a passive way, but by learning to let go of what can't be controlled. If something doesn't go as planned, instead of complaining, ask yourself, is this really the end of the world or just a small setback? The difference between people who live happily and those who get stressed over every mistake lies in how they deal with these hiccups. Perfectionism is like trying to climb a mountain that seems to get higher with each step. It's exhausting. Instead of struggling to be perfect, embrace your flaws and learn to dance with them. True mastery lies in understanding that, although you may aspire to do things well, there's no harm in not being perfect. This realization is liberating. So, next time you feel trapped in the cycle of perfectionism, remember, life is not a reality show where we compete to be the most perfect. It's an adventure filled with twists and lessons. In the end, the only real perfection is imperfection. As Marcus Aurelius said, perfection is what we seek, but we can't achieve it. Accepting our imperfections is part of being human. Believe me, authenticity is far more impressive than any ideal of perfection. Method 2. Develop empathy. Have you ever been in a situation where someone is unloading their frustration on you, as if throwing stones in your direction. And you wondered, what's happening here? It's like being stuck on an emotional roller coaster at an amusement park, trying to find your balance while surrounded by other people's emotions. This is the time to remember that empathy, that skill that many talk about but few truly master, can be your life vest. Let's get straight to the point. Imagine you're in a restaurant and a visibly irritated stranger begins venting about feeling mistreated by life. Instead of feeling attacked or wanting to defend yourself, you can choose to adopt a stoic stance. Instead of reacting with disdain or anger, choose to look at the situation with curiosity, trying to understand the root of that frustration. This skill is more refined than simply entering into conflict. It's like being a calm spectator in a chaotic show. Now, how can you develop this empathy in your daily life? First, remember that the world doesn't revolve around you. I know this can be a hard reality to accept, but it's crucial. When someone is rude or unpleasant, it's tempting to think their anger is because of you. But the truth is, this person may be fighting their own battles, lack of money, a fight at home, or even the accumulated stress of a hard week. Here's the secret. Instead of feeling offended, ask yourself, what could be happening in this person's life that makes them act this way? This doesn't mean you should allow yourself to be the target of their frustrations, but recognizing that others' behavior is rarely a reflection of you helps you stay grounded. Think of it as a storm passing by. Instead of being swept away by the wind, you can choose to stay firm and secure. Practicing empathy allows you to stay afloat, above the emotional chaos, without being dragged down by it. This approach not only helps you stay calm, but also opens doors for deeper and more respectful conversations. Stoic philosophy teaches us to maintain serenity in the face of adversity, and it applies perfectly here. Start by practicing active listening, not just hearing the words, but also grasping the emotions around them. Then, respond in a way that shows you truly understand the other person's perspective. A simple, "It sounds like you're going through a tough time," can diffuse a tense situation and create a healthier environment for dialogue. Empathy isn't a magic solution, but it's a powerful tool you can use every day. By practicing it, you not only become more understanding, but also stronger in the face of life's emotional storms. So, the next time you find yourself caught in an avalanche of emotions, remember, swimming with calm is always a better choice than drowning in the chaos. 3. Chaos. True wisdom doesn't come from avoiding storms. It comes from learning how to sail through them, keeping balance and compassion. This is the TRS method, experience acceptance. So get ready, because I'm about to share a lesson we often overlook in our busy, stressful lives. And no, I'm not talking about the latest self-care trend or a new diet that promises to turn you into a superhero. I'm talking about something much deeper, developing a mindset of acceptance. Yes, you heard right. Acceptance. But don't worry, I'm not going to give a philosophical lecture only Stoic scholars would understand. We'll keep this simple, something even your cat could get. Imagine your life as a big theater stage where you are the lead actor. The problem is, you can't control the script you've been given or how others act around you. They might interrupt you or forget their lines, and you have no say in it. The real key is how you choose to react to these surprises. Often, we waste more time trying to change what's beyond our control instead of accepting what we can't handle. For example, have you noticed how many times you get annoyed by other people's behavior? It's like trying to stop the rain with a leaky umbrella. Accepting that you can't control others' thoughts or actions is the first step to finding peace. The Stoics remind us that real strength lies in how we choose to react to what happens to us. So first, pause and take a deep breath. I know it sounds simple, but a deep breath can be your best ally. Next, ask yourself, is it worth losing sleep over something out of your control? The surprising answer is no. The only thing you truly can control is your reaction. Here are a few tips to help you stay calm. Visualize a shield of calm. Imagine carrying an invisible shield that protects you from criticism and stress beyond your control. When something bothers you, Remind yourself that this shield filters out irritations, helping you focus on what really matters. Act unbothered. At first, it might feel a bit like acting, but over time, this attitude will become part of you. Pause and smile, even if it feels forced at first. A genuine smile in stressful situations can trick your brain into releasing happiness hormones. Try it and see how it helps you handle tough moments. Accepting that we can't control what happens around us is freeing. It's like stopping the fight against the storm and learning to dance in the rain. This lets you focus on what you can actually change, your own reactions. So instead of letting your worst self take over, breathe deep, smile, and remember, you have the power to choose how you respond. Real control is in your mind, not in the chaos outside. Method 4. Boost your self-esteem. Self-esteem is often misunderstood, but don't worry. I'm not going to give you motivational cliches that don't really solve anything. Instead, let's explore how you can strengthen your self-esteem so that others' opinions don't affect you so much. Ready to break free from constantly needing others' approval? Prepare to act unbothered because, believe it or not, this can be more liberating than you think. Think of your self-esteem like a bike. When confidence is balanced, everything flows smoothly, and you can enjoy the ride. But when self-esteem is shaky, the bike wobbles, and instead of enjoying the ride, you're worried about falling. Fixing this isn't just about tightening a few screws. It's about attitude and practice. First, realize that seeking approval from others is like a desert mirage. At first, it seems like it will satisfy you, but it only leaves you thirstier. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we can't control what others think, but we can control how we react to it. So instead of being affected by every negative comment or criticism, start building self-acceptance. Imagine this as an invisible armor that protects you from the arrows of criticism. A powerful way to strengthen self-esteem is by practicing self-affirmation, not by putting yourself on a pedestal, but by recognizing and celebrating even your smallest achievements. Think of each small step as a medal. Over time, your confidence will grow, like a well-trained muscle. Surround yourself with people who truly value and support you, and distance yourself from those who make you feel constantly judged. True friendship shouldn't weigh you down. It should give you a push forward. Face your fears. If you worry too much about what others think, maybe it's because you fear showing your true self. Practice being authentic, even if it means risking criticism. Authenticity is like a shield that deflects arrows instead of absorbing every hit. The more you show your true self, the less power negative comments will have over you. Remember, strengthening your self-esteem doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey like learning to ride a bike without falling. The key is realizing that external approval is just an echo in an empty hallway, while your confidence is the music that sets your pace. So start acting as if nothing bothers you, not because you don't care, but because you've learned to value what truly matters: your own worth. Next time you face a challenge, take a deep breath, smile, and remember, your true value isn't defined by others, but by yourself. Critique. Think of your self-esteem like a well-tuned bicycle and enjoy the ride. As Marcus Aurelius once said, your worth isn't measured by the echo of others' opinions, but by the strength of your own voice. It's time to pedal forward with courage and authenticity. Method 5. Strengthen your patience. Ever considered how tiny sparks can grow into massive fires? I'm not just talking about forests consumed by flames, but about everyday situations that can become storms in your life. It seems we all have an invisible button that, once pressed, turns us into reaction experts. But what if I told you patience could be your secret superpower? Imagine yourself in a long, tiring supermarket line. The person in front of you is getting an endless checkout. Frustration builds, and you feel the urge to make a sarcastic remark. Instead, you choose to pause and remember that this wait won't define your day. The result? Your anger fades, and you maintain your composure. It feels like magic, but it's pure Stoic philosophy. Patience is a muscle we rarely exercise in our daily rush. We're so accustomed to reacting instantly as if every small inconvenience were a disaster. But the truth is, these small annoyances, a traffic jam, a misunderstood message, aren't the end of the world. If you can give yourself a moment to reflect before responding, you can prevent a spark from turning into a wildfire. How then to cultivate powerful patience? First, remember that not every provocation deserves an immediate response. Think of your life as a recipe. Instead of throwing ingredients in the pot without thinking, take a moment to check the list. When anger starts to bubble, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and count to 10 as if waiting for the right seasoning. You'll be amazed at how this pause can bring clarity to what really needs to be done. Act as if nothing bothers you, not because you're indifferent, but because you choose how to express yourself. This subtle approach keeps the peace and stops minor issues from becoming major crises. Adopting the Stoic mindset can be extremely beneficial. This philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot change. Instead of clinging to every negative word or misunderstanding, accept that sometimes the best response is silence. This isn't about becoming an emotional robot, but deciding to manage your reactions in a way that favors your well-being. Remember, we're all on this journey together, facing life's storms. Patience is like a shield that protects you from the fierce winds of frustration. So next time you face a tough situation, remember your true strength lies in patience. Use it wisely and watch how the storms quickly pass. Method 6. Prioritize assertive communication. Ever found yourself in a conversation where, to avoid discomfort, you held back your words and frustrations? You're not alone. It's easy to fall into the trap of acting like nothing bothers you, even when you're burning inside. This behavior may have roots in ancient Stoic philosophy, but it's not always beneficial. The truth is, keeping communication assertive is far better than hiding your feelings behind a mask of calm. Imagine you're on a romantic date, and your partner makes a joke about something sensitive, like your lifestyle or career choice. You smile, trying to hide your discomfort, but inside you feel a bit hurt and insecure. In that moment, it's natural to laugh along and change the subject. But by doing this, you may miss the chance to assert yourself and establish healthy boundaries. Instead of ignoring what bothers you, why not steer the conversation assertively? You could respond with a hint of humor, like, "That's a good joke, but let me tell you something that really inspires me." Expressing what you feel isn't always easy. It's like navigating a minefield of emotions where you don't want to offend, but also don't want to be a punching bag. It's not about being rude or confrontational, but finding a balance between expressing what you need and respecting others' feelings. Think of assertive communication as an emotional map. If you never bother to chart your course, you end up lost. The same goes for being clear about what you want and need. Lack of clarity can cause misunderstandings and resentment, piling up like unwashed clothes until it's too overwhelming to manage. The key is learning to express your feelings and needs directly but respectfully. If something bothers you, say so. If you have a limit, declare it. Don't hide behind a facade of tranquility while drowning in emotions. Staying calm shouldn't be your only strategy. If you feel your patience running thin, it's better to step back and take a deep breath. Remember, communicating your boundaries isn't about confrontation. It's a way to protect your emotional well-being. Stoic philosophy can teach you to manage your emotions, but that doesn't mean ignoring them. Assertive communication is your best ally in maintaining healthy relationships and avoiding resentment. So, next time you're in an uncomfortable situation, remember, expressing your needs with clarity and respect is the best way to prevent misunderstandings and hard feelings. Method 7. Use humor to your advantage. Humor, the superpower we all have but often forget to use, like a blanket stored on a high shelf. Life, with its unpredictable surprises, can be chaotic. Challenging situations at work, and of course, those endless lines that feel like a form of revenge. But what if I told you that navigating this whirlwind is as simple as learning to laugh at yourself? Let's be honest. If you think life will become a calm lake with no waves, you're in for a surprise. Life is more like a roller coaster without seatbelts, full of highs, lows, and the occasional fear. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we can't control the external chaos, but we can choose how to react to it. Here, humor becomes a powerful tool that helps us see situations in a lighter way. Imagine yourself in an embarrassing situation. You're at dinner with friends, and when trying to grab a snack, you knock the entire tray onto someone's lap. They look shocked, and you feel your face burning with shame. Instead of hiding or freezing, why not smile and say, "Well, looks like I wanted to be the center of attention." This approach, though challenging at first, can break the tension and turn an awkward moment into a funny memory. Using humor reminds you that, in the big picture, these little mishaps aren't the end of the world. Instead of being the tragic hero, you can become the star of a comedy full of laughter. When things get tough, why not see yourself as the lighthearted narrator of your story? Laughing at yourself not only eases the mood, but helps you stay calm and prevents problems from getting out of hand. Of course, not everyone is born with a sharp sense of humor. But don't worry, humor is a skill that can be developed. Start by noticing how you react to minor irritations. When someone makes a joke at the wrong time, try smiling and thinking, "Just another episode in my series of mishaps." This shift in mindset can diffuse stress and turn uncomfortable situations into opportunities for laughter. Remember, laughing at life's difficulties and at yourself isn't a sign of weakness. It's a strategy for emotional survival.